How do we understand what is in a person's character that naturally excites people? What do people love about you that excites them? So, what do people love about you, Walker, that excites them?
I
What have they
I'm not
told you?
sure. What have people told me?
What do they like about you?
Um, oh, I don't know. My boss the other day said that I'm a very likable person and I get along with anyone. She was telling me, she was asking, she's like, have you ever had anyone that doesn't like you? Like, and I was like, yes, of course. Everyone does. But I haven't had it. I was thinking back, I was like, I haven't had any really like crazy fights with anyone unless it was about a third party or something happened. It's never like that. But I think it's just like she was saying that I have like a positive effect when I meet people and I'm around people all day at work, and she's like, you're always smiling and happy, and I think that people definitely pick up on that, but that's not always the case. Like, and I'm not always smiling and happily and bubbly. Like, I've definitely had my moments. So I don't know. I think I always try to see the best in everyone and give people a chance before before I draw any other conclusions. People might like that, but I don't know what people would be drawn to necessarily.
What have your boyfriends liked about you?
That I'm fun and like to do. I'm usually down for anything. I
She's
think that's what
active.
people like about me, that I'm go with the flow. I'll sign me up, do whatever. Let's do it. Not, I wouldn't say that I'm like, don't think before I do things. Like, I wouldn't say I would like take crazy risks, but
Like your sister?
I can usually kind of blend into any situation I'm put in. So I'm grateful, because some people can't. Like, I've learned like in sales too, I can kind of be a chameleon and, oh, you want to talk about church? Yeah, I went to a Christian school for 5 years, but you want to talk about going out downtown or going clubbing in Miami or something, I can talk about that too. Like, I think people probably like that I'm easy to talk to. And like the younger people at my work like me because I kind of treat them as an equal rather than telling them. Like, still tell them what to do and I'm their boss, but sometimes they like feel more comfortable talking to me. And I'm not sure exactly why that is, but I think I just make them feel more welcome. I don't know.
What about you, Jen?
I think it's changed over time. I think when I was younger, like Walker, I was kind of down to do anything. Pretty spontaneous, fun girl.
Hell on wheels?
I mean, that's subjective. But like if somebody wanted to go on a road trip and I had 20 minutes to get ready, I could be the girl to throw a bag together and go. When I got older, I think I'm kind of the person that has a lot of experience, so I can relate to a lot of people because I've done lots of different kinds of things and hung out with lots of interesting people in my life. Just very
Unusually interesting.
Yeah. Like, I got to update you on these new guys I've been meeting. They're the most out of the box people you'll ever meet. I don't know why I'm so drawn to like oddballs, but I am. I like talking to really interesting people. I don't like talking about the weather. I want to hear your story. I want to know what makes you tick. So I think that's why people might like me, is because I like getting to know people and meeting them exactly where they are and not having preconceived notions of how people are supposed to act, but just being accepting of people.
Pocahontas, what about you?
I was like sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know. I guess people think like when they get to know me, because at first I'm very like antisocial, quiet, and some people take it as like, ooh, like bad energy. But then they get to know me, they're like, you're really sweet, like you're really kind, you're a nice person. And a lot of people have told me like they like coming to me to talk. Like I'm a really good listener and like I don't know if I give the best advice, but like I give advice that they like to hear, and they're like, I'm going to you because I know I'm going to feel good after this. So I would say I'm a good listener when it comes to friends and all that.
Yeah, I'd agree with the kindness. She's really a nice person, really kind. Not
She's
always
very
on
calm.
time. Yeah, very calm.
Very
Yeah.
calm.
That was
I-
the thing Jen and I were when we interviewed you, when we
Mhm.
were interviewing people for the job,
Yeah.
and you were just so
I'm nonchalant.
so chill. It's like
It's
if you
nice
say
to work
A,
with
I
people
don't
like
care either way. Yeah.
Tracy and I
I'm
call
like,
people
"Oh, I
like
really
that
want the
human
job."
Xanax.
Yeah.
People probably feel safe around her because she's so calm and grounded.
Yeah, really relaxed. But like I told you, once I have some, that's why I used to have to drink first sometimes when I go out with friends.
Some brave juice.
Yeah, I'm like, you need to give me some shots for me to act all crazy and like outgoing. But unless there's alcohol, then I'm just relaxing, chilling. Like you said, go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriends have always told me I was always a good listener. You're such a good listener, Corey. I could tell you anything.
You're probably like a good fixer guy too. You have all like your tools and you know how everything works. You're such an engineer.
Yeah, I'm usually I remember when I was a platinum partner in Tony Robbins, and the first couple of days I didn't really say a lot. I just kind of hung back and took the lay of the land and listened to everybody talk. And then once I kind of figured everybody out in the group, the little clique of people that I ended up with, then I started emoting and saying what was on my mind. It was like, whoa, I didn't expect that to come.
Well,
from
there's two ways to get to know people: by just observing, or just diving in and getting it out of them. I guess it's personality styles.
I would say you're definitely an observer before. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good skill to be a good listener.
Yeah.
Because if you're a good listener and you ask good, high quality questions, and people will tell you what they need, and then it's just a matter of providing it for them. Especially if you're in sales, you're good at asking questions. Because I was teaching people right out of college how to sell, especially like when you're doing one of the most stressful things that people are ever going to do, which is buying a house or getting a loan or moving. Next, I think marriage is like the first or second one right behind that. And if you're a good listener, who is it? Zig Ziglar maybe? He said if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want.
That's smart.
So being a good listener, it's like literally right out of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Is listening to people talk. They'll tell you what they want. And then law of reciprocity, when you just listen to people, they don't feel like they're talking to a salesperson. They feel like they're talking to a friend. And if you're trying to do business with somebody and you're just hanging out, shooting the shit, talking about their kids, their life, where they grew up, what they do for fun, the weekends or whatever, they tell you about their family or their job, and they talk for 10 or 15 minutes, they start, then they're like, oh, I've been talking so much. Well, I don't want to be selfish. Why don't you tell me about you? And then that's when you start telling them about your sales pitch or whatever, because it's hard to say no to somebody you like. And when somebody actually listens and takes an authentic, sincere interest in who you are, it creates rapport. You're not talking to a salesperson you got to be on guard for, because it's very disarming with people. And that, I would teach these skills all of the guys and the girls that work for me. And that's why we were so good and we got so big.
Yeah.
Is that we asked people what they wanted. We had their finances. And so it was like, well, what's your max monthly mortgage payment, house payment you don't want to go over? And we'll stay under that. And once they tell you that, you know what their percentage of the loan is they qualify for, what their interest rate is, how much they got to put down. Then you back in to what they, what amount they can afford for the purchase price. Then you just work backwards from that.
I wish the car dealers would do that. If you're really good at sales, you can, like I've gone shopping before and I wanted to buy something because the salesperson was so engaging. I mean, you probably know that from working in retail. If you can build that rapport, people want to buy from you.
Yeah.
You're so right. I wish people would teach that to car dealers because they're the most aggressive.
Obnoxious.
Yeah.
They're so rude.
My boss always says,
Slimy.
establish trust, and then you'll have them.
Yep. If
forever.
people like you, then they'll trust you, and then they'll buy from you. But if people don't like you, You could have the winning lotto numbers, and they're not going to buy what you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
So you get them to like you, because think about it, you run into somebody from high school, or hey, how you been? Where'd you go to school? What are you doing now? How's the job? How's the wife? How's the kids? Or whatever? Where you living at? And you feel like you're talking to somebody that you know, and then you meet a total stranger and you do that with them. They don't feel like they're talking to a salesman. They feel like they're talking to an old friend. And so it's hard to say no to somebody that you like. And once they like you, they just automatically start to trust you like a friend would. And then it's just presenting your data, your information, your facts, the product, the service, whatever it is that you're selling, get them to, and answering their objections. You know, if they've got pressure points, where I don't like the school district, or I don't like the neighborhood, or you know, that back porch needs a new roof or whatever, and well, let's put it in the offer. Let's get the seller to put a new roof on that back porch, or to replace the screen, or to remarcite the pool, or whatever happens to be. Oh, you can do that? It's like, yeah, it's negotiation.
So
And
a
you
lot
do
of that
that.
translates to dating,
Yep.
really, because it's relationships.
Yep. I mean, it's literally Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yeah.
You know, when a guy's on a date with a girl, 78% of talking, let her do most of the talking. You get to know her. I mean, if you really like her, you should be fascinated by her. You should want to know everything about her.
True.
So you're going to ask questions. And then you get to the end of the date, and she's done 78% of the talking, and she doesn't really know a lot about you because she's been talking so much. But she feels like rapport with you because you listened to her all that time. And it's very disarming. And then she's got to go out on a second date so she can learn more about you, versus guys that go on a date and they start trying to prove themselves and talk about their resume or their car, or where they live, or how much money they make. I mean, you guys have all met dudes like that.
Oh, yeah. It's an instant turn off for sure when people just won't stop bragging about themselves. When you first meet them, especially. Definitely.
Yeah, because you automatically feel like they're trying to make up for something. Why is this person trying so hard to tell me how good they are? It's like you meet somebody, you know, hey, I'd never fuck you over. I'm a Christian. You could trust me.
Projection.
Yeah, exactly.
Danger.
Danger will rise.